Hi Flosstube, my name's April, I'm from the UK and I'm on Instagram as Brummy Stitcher, and I promised Felicity Stitches that I would have a go at making my own Flosstube video, so here I am. I've been stitching since I was about 8 years old. I've picked it up and put it down at various times and done other hobbies, but I really returned to cross stitching this year in February to help me deal with losing my mum, who passed away very suddenly in January. I find it quite hard to switch off and relax and stop my brain from whirring round, so cross stitching is good because it makes you concentrate on something but it's relaxing at the same time. I returned to cross stitching after about a 14-year gap, and in that time I must have been in a cupboard or something, because there's lowry stands, millennium frames, Q-snaps, hand-dyed fabric, hand-dyed thread, variegated thread, there's silk. I mean, it's just come on leaps and bounds since I last really had a look at anything, and I have been buying everything and anything, and yeah, I need a bit of help. I've started absolutely loads. I've never actually really finished anything significant, much to my embarrassment, but I almost feel like I've bought all this stuff, and if you've ever watched Harry Potter and the noise that the Horcrux makes, like a scratchy that's what I feel like my patterns are doing to me, so I have to start them, and that's why I've got quite a few whips. But I'm definitely a process stitcher rather than needing to finish something. It's just the doing of it. The first thing I actually bought was the Frosty Forest from the Patchwork Rabbit. I signed up for an auto ship from her. This was the first time I'd ever used linen. I'd always used Ada. I didn't really understand linen. I didn't bother reading up about it, and it was only until I read the instructions and understood what 2/2 was that I was like, yeah, that's what it's all about. This is what I've done so far. I have actually completed it, which is fairly amazing. I get one pattern a month, and I think I've got 2 left to come, which is a good job because I'm going to get this done any day now. Then I discovered Brooke's Books on Facebook and Etsy. Her designs really made me smile, which is something that I really needed at the time. I ordered Alice in Wonderland and The Wizard of Oz. I think The Wizard of Oz was after watching Carolyn Mazzio's video. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but at the time I just really wanted them, and I enjoyed doing them, albeit I haven't got that far. This is Alice, and she's not even finished, and there are 12, I'm sure you've all seen them, there are 12 characters, and I'm stitching them all on one piece of fabric. This is 32 count Murano in blue grey. These are all the charts. Yeah, I'll get round to that. Yeah, any day now. These are all. These are all the threads. I mean, it's ridiculous. I actually bought a full set of DMC and Anchor on from eBay from a lady who was selling her sets because she was losing her eyesight, but was really pleased that I managed to get them. So I've got all this stuff, and in my head this is the reason I'm telling myself that I've got so much stuff, because I need charts to put with all of the DMC that I got. The Wizard of Oz. So I've done Dorothy and the Scarecrow, and I stopped short with the Tin Man because I just thought he looked like John Travolta from Staying Alive with his bloody 1970s silver flares and platforms. I'm sure it'll look fine when it's done, but I couldn't quite get over that fact. These are all the charts. I won't get them all out because I'm sure you've either seen them or they're not your thing. This is Winter Tammy. This is where I am with this one. As you can see, I literally, this is one sitting, and then I'll start something new because that's just what I needed. This is Early Witches by the Primitive Hair. I bought this pattern to take part in the Sale and Remembered sale in June, I think it was. I didn't get very far. I didn't get very far after stitching after the first day, but I was doing Tituba. I didn't quite finish, but I was pleased with what I did. Winter at Beacon House by Praiseworthy Stitches. I love this. I absolutely love it. I saw this on their website, and I did a search for it, and I had to get it from the US, from a online shop that I didn't have a very good experience with. It wasn't Stitching Bits and Bobs either, which I know a lot of people have had issues with as well. I've never actually ordered from them. I ordered this and all of the Jane Austen ones to do with Pride and Prejudice, and I got them eventually, except for one. I mean, this progress, I've got really far with this. It's that way, I think. Literally. And I'm doing this, it's all in hand dyed floss. You can't even see that there. And this is my very first piece of hand dyed fabric from Sparklies, and I think it's called Before the Storm. Is it called? It's not. It's called Charcoal Slate from Sparklies, 32 count even weave. I can't remember if it's Murano or the other one. This is quite dangerous for me. I have moved on a little bit since then, but yeah, I was like, ooh. I have actually joined her Fabric of the Month club by choosing my own from her normal range, which I quite like everything that I've had so far. This is my Chatelaine. It's spring. What is that thread? That's back to bloody front. God. It's Spring Knot Garden. This is it. I like to add a front cover almost to my charts, because when you get it, there aren't any pictures. It just comes like that, and I don't think you can really get a good idea of what they're like on her website. So I like to go through the internet and just get some pictures and add them in. I find it quite inspiring if I, just to get a good idea of what it will look like. I'll insert some pictures because I've probably done a rubbish job of showing you where I am so far. is the Sweetheart Tree in the pocket of a butterfly. I really love this. It's a really cute little design, but I am actually half a stitch out just on this section here. I've already ripped it out once and done exactly the same that I did wrong in the first place, so I'm contemplating whether or not to leave it or rip it out again. I'm not quite sure. This is Angel Song by Shepherd's Bush. I got this chart from eBay. I didn't really know what I was buying. I knew it was a sampler, but she didn't really put up very good pictures, so I liked the look of it from what I could see, but I was dead chuffed when it was delivered. It's really pretty. This is the full chart, but even then the picture isn't that great, so I'll insert a picture of my progress so far. I'm not a religious person, but I have got a bit of a thing for Adam and Eve, and when I found this Garden of Erie by Plum Street Samplers, I just had to have it. Oh, I love it. It really made me laugh. This is tea-dyed linen, and I've only managed to do Frankenstein and a bit of the tree before I put it down and started something new. I really like how the fabric turned out, and I quite like the smell of the tea. Yeah, but I want to pick this up again in October for the dark October stitching. On eBay, a lady was selling a bunch of Christmas charts, and there was in the pack there was this one. Who is it by? I bought some charts off eBay. A lady was selling a group of them all to do with Christmas, so I bid on them, and this one was part of it. But this is With Thy Needle and Thread, a December wordplay. I didn't know until recently that there was a whole year of these, but again, that's the only bit of the picture that was included with the pattern, so I went online and did my own front cover, so when I'm going through all of my WIPs I know what it is straight away, and this is where I am with this one. I'm not sure how I feel about Santa and his high heel boots, but there you go. And I did the tea and coffee based and bake Vanna styly fabric dyeing, which I love. This is the Cinderella sampler by Willow Hill Samplings. I love this. I think this is really cute. I'm not very far. I'm doing on 35 count Flover, which I tea dyed and then bunged it in the oven. That sounds really weird. Just to get the aged look. This fabric is quite boingy. It's not very nice to stitch on, but it's fine, it'll do. This is the Snow White sampler by Willow Hill Samplings again. I started 3 in one night. I didn't get very far, but I did the same again with the tea, dyeing and bunging it in the oven, and that's just the centre. I better do it by this year because I've put the year on it and I don't want to unpick that. This is Giovanni's Alphabet by Tempting Tangles. I'm doing this on 25 count Flover that I have dyed with Rip Dye, and it's 1/1. the pattern calls for 28, but you know, I don't know whether I'll be able to do that, but I've done that so far, which is it's really tiny. I'm using the Dinky dyes, which yeah, I absolutely love using silks. It's like sewing with butter, it's beautiful. This is Swans and Butterflies by the Snowflower Diaries. This is the first time I didn't go very far again. This is the first time I am using 40 count fabric. That's the cat. I'm using Vintage Country Mocha. I think this is beautiful, really pretty and delicate. I'm using the called for threads. This is Nina's threads and just DMC. I ordered these from the Patchwork Rabbit. They took months to come, and I haven't actually used them yet. I did this one that I did was just in normal DMC, and then by the time the threads came, I'd moved on to something else. Again, from the Snowflower Diaries, this is Jane Eyre. I love Jane Eyre. It's my favourite Bronte book. I've done this so far, which is on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha, a bold Jane Eyre. Yeah, I really like this, and I'm using all the called for threads, which is Gentle Arts. Her eyes I've changed to green because he mistakes her as having brown eyes, but she's actually got green eyes. So I just changed that, just that little thing. But I will give her some hair and a hat eventually. This is A Christmas Carol by the Primitive Hare. Yeah, I really like this, but I had issues with the carriage just being black, and not being able to see the wheel properly. So I decided to start it in blue. I haven't got very far, but then I'm not sure if the blue I've chosen is just a bit too bright, because it's very grey, the design, and I just wanted something, but I don't know whether I've chosen the right thing. This is on 28 count based and baked fabric. I'm using 3 threads just because I quite like the full coverage, but I put it down because I wasn't quite sure. This one is Art to Heart. I've never heard of those before. Merry Christmas. I love this. And this is how far I've got. I've just done the R, and this is with Gentle Art threads. I think it will look really pretty when it's done. I'm using 32 count Water Lily by Perman, but I believe it's Witchy as well, which is not very nice fabric. It's quite stiff, but it's fine. I quite like the colour. These are freebies from the Primitive Hare. It's the is it the Wiccan year, or the year of the wheel? I wanted to. I've done this so far, and this is on 32 count cobblestone, and this stuff is horrendous. It's like stitching on something that's been made with old rope and tyres. It's horrendous fabric. It's awful. It looks alright from a distance, but just ugh. This fabric was actually from the Lavender Lace Fireflies. I bought the pack from Hobbycraft years ago when they used to sell memorabilia and Lavender Lace, and I got it all on sale just without the threads. It was all the beads and the pattern and the fabric, and I got it for about £10. I was going to stitch it up, but I never did, and I'm not even really keen on the chart anymore, so that's why I used this fabric. But yeah, and I wanted to try and do this in a circle, but I don't know whether I'm that clever and trying to figure out the logistics of it, but yeah, I'll maybe, yeah, one day. This, I can't find my original picture, but I mean they're rubbish anyway, but this is, I found this online because again, the memorabilia pictures that they give you just do not give you any idea of how beautiful they'll stitch up. So I went online and did a search and found that somebody had, and I just think it looks amazing. And this is where I am so far. I love this. I've got the silver one as well, and I saw somebody on Facebook who'd done them all in silver frames, and put them together, and she'd also done the free Bumblebee, which I've downloaded as well to stitch up as a three thing. Yeah, I really like this. Memorabilia, this is the Seaside Kingdom. I've had this pattern for years. This I bought this from the NEC in Birmingham, where there was a stitching show. I can't even remember what it was for. And there was a lady who I'd never seen memorabilia stitched up before, and there was a lady. She was really miserable actually. She didn't seem to enjoy life, but she'd done all these memorabilias and lavender and lace. Saw them stitched up. Me and my friend were just blown away with how beautiful they were, and I bought Seaside Kingdom, Mermaid of the Pearls, and the Kiss, and I've got another one. Have I got it? No, I've got a Lavender and Lace Celtic Spring. I'm not even sure if I like them anymore, but yeah, I don't know where I put the photo. It comes, I think now they could just come with a cardboard picture, but back in the day they were actual photographs. Yeah, I will finish that one day maybe. This is another country cottage one, and I signed up for an auto ship, and I'm having the last two sent out, which is good because I'll get this done any day now. This is Santa's Village. That is as far as I've got. This is Poinsettia Place, I think, or house or cottage, or yeah. That's it's got the wrong yellow in the windows, and it's too long, and yeah. But I do like. There's just a lot of one block of colour for quite a long time, it seems. And something else was delivered and I got distracted. This is another one, Country Cottage auto ship. I've had all 11 charts, and this is Gingerbread Village, and that's an impressive start. Again, that's the train, in case it's not completely obvious. The train that goes in the middle. I'm sure you've all seen this. This one, this is Afternoon in New York by Country Cottage Needleworks. I wanted to get this done for Christmas for my friend because we went to New York in 2012, and we're going again in October, which we're very excited about. I'm sure you've all seen this because I've got everything out. I don't know where my pictures have gone, but yeah, might be for a birthday in March instead. This is Persuasion by Praiseworthy. No, it's not Praiseworthy. By the Stitching Parlour. I love this. I love Persuasion. It's my favourite Jane Austen book, and I've got all the Pride and Prejudice charts as well, except for one, which I haven't actually started, which is probably a good job. Yeah, I absolutely love this. This is on 35 count cream linen. I'm one stitch out, half a stitch out here, so I ended up making one of the stitches 3 instead of 2 to try and line it up, and I want to rip it out and do it again, but I know I'm just being silly if I do that. I don't really know what I was thinking about when I bought this. But this is Life After Death by Long Dog Samplers. I thought Death by Cross Stitch was just a little bit too much, but this would be absolutely fine. I've made an impressive start, which is this, and I bought some silk from Silks For You on Etsy. Yeah, I quite like it, but I asked for an opinion and I got an opinion and it made me unsure. I took it to the Facebook group and they were all, oh, it's lovely, carry on, but I haven't actually picked it up again. Hopefully I will. It's Mermaid of the Pearls by Memorabilia, and this is where I am. I was doing this on a hoop, and because I've never done anything like this before, really, I did all the pearls, all the beads at the same time, but I didn't actually really think about, when I had to move my hoop down to do the bottom bit, what I was going to crush all the beads, so I just sort of stopped. And yeah, I don't know whether I'm ever going to finish this. This is on 14 count Ada, which just seems absolutely massive now. It's absolutely filthy. What is that cat doing? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her anymore. This is The Kiss by Memorabilia again. Yeah, I'm not sure again how I feel about this. I loved it at the time, but I just feel it's really, I don't know. I've had these done for about 15 years, and this is Celtic Spring by Lavender Lace. I think everybody's seen this, and this is done on 14 count Ada again. Yeah, another auto ship that I felt the need to sign up for. It was Main Street by Country Cottage Needleworks. I made another impressive start, and I started to do the board that Vanna came up with, and I got that far. It's actually gone dark now. This has taken me so long to record, so I'm sorry if it's really rubbish. I love the border and I do want to do the border, but yeah, maybe I'll wait till I get all the charts so I can do them all at once, because I'll just get it done. I have actually signed up for the needles and pins sale on Facebook. This is it. It's got a saying here which I'm not too keen on, and I'm going to swap that for Emily Bronte's poem Love and Friendship, which is a little bit longer, so I'm going to have to rejig the spacing to fit it in, I think, which I should be able to work it out. This is by Theron Traditions, and that starts on the 1st of September, tomorrow. And also, why not, I signed up for the Little House Needleworks and the Country Cottage autumn sale on Facebook that Vanna posted about, and I am doing Acorn Hill by Little House Needleworks. Again, it starts tomorrow on the 1st of September. I wish I'd taken the day off work now. I'm going to do this on 28 count even weave, I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, so that'll be nice. And I also completely forgot that I'd also signed up for the Lizzie Kate Christmas Mystery Sampler sale thing. which also starts in September, so that'll be good. Yeah. So yeah, that's all my WIPs. It's horrendous, I know, but it's kept me sane for this year so far. It's been a tough year, and it's still not over, so it'll only improve, I'm sure, hopefully. Nothing else goes wrong. Flosstubers that I love are Vonner and Nicole's Needlework, Jay from Mortuary Stitches. Jay, I hope you're feeling better. I've sent you a little something in the post to help with your stash, but I don't think you need any help with your stash. Did you buy your video the other day? But I just wanted to say I hope you're feeling better soon. I love Hedgerow Stitching and Michelle, Farm Girl Stitcher, and Dina, Half Stitch. I just think she's lovely, and just anyone really who does Flosstube. It's a brave thing to do, putting yourself out there, and it's really quite nerve-wracking doing it, really. This is just going to be rubbish, so I think I better go now. So bye, and I might see you next time if there will be a next time.